Hey everyone, Harry here with a reaction to the news story about the discovery of about 10 documents in old papers of Biden from when he was vice president. This played big yesterday. CBS News decided to really run with it, and the other papers all followed suit. And sad to say, it's going to be a regular trope going forward as long as the Mar-a-Lago case remains, which, if they bring charges, we're talking about over a year. This is going to be a prime talking point you'll hear again and again. All right, it is in reality, the two cases couldn't be more different. It's like one of those puzzles in a magazine. Can you spot the differences between this picture and that picture? And basically everything is diametrically opposed. In a way, Biden is the poster child, the Boy Scout, for acting exactly as you're supposed to, and Trump is the poster child for doing everything wrong. Starting with, okay, the discovery, actually, how did they get there? We don't know with Biden, but there's a lot of evidence with Trump that he purposely took them, crammed them here, directed people. So from the start, the very inception of how this happens, we have one purposeful and one almost certainly accidental. It's not clear that Biden himself knew anything about it. Just to recap how we even found out, there were some lawyers moving an old vice presidential office and found these papers. What did they do when they filed the papers? In Biden's case, they stopped the music, immediately called the National Archives, the people you're supposed to call. What did Trump's folks do or Trump themselves, knowing that they had it? Nothing. For months, nothing, until the archives figured it out that something was missing and made overtures to them, at which point the Trump folks said nothing, asked for more time, stalled, delayed, and generally tried to hold them at arm's length. Okay, back to Biden now. They immediately bring the archives in. The archives take possession of these documents and do exactly as they're supposed to. In any case like this, they inform the Department of Justice. That's going to, again, play like a sinister deal, initiation of a criminal investigation. It's not that at all. It's what you do anytime you find these documents. Back to Team Trump, I'm thinking of the old feature, Goofus and Gallant, that in my dentist's office when I'm a boy. I don't know if that really still existed, but Gallant is Biden here. And back to Goofus and Team Crazy, we have them, doing nothing, negotiating for more time until finally the demands come. Finally, the subpoena comes, at which point they don't fully comply with the subpoena and lie and say that they do. Back to Team Biden. The archives informs the Department of Justice. What does Merrick Garland do? He immediately appoints a U.S. attorney in Chicago. That U.S. attorney was appointed by who? Donald Trump, to look into this and figure out what the story is, and do it right in a way that is as much as possible beyond any claim of partisanship, because you're actually giving this over to a Trump U.S. attorney. Back to Goofus and Team Mar-a-Lago. They, even after lying about the subpoena, now information is developed that shows there's still documents there. They have to get a search warrant and serve it. Back to Biden, they've done nothing more. This happened in November. They immediately played it straight and gave everything up. Hey everyone, we're taking a quick break to ask you to take a second to like and subscribe. It's a quick thing that really helps the show. Thanks, and back to the video. Now remember, these are crimes we're talking about, and the number one is obstruction. And that happens when there's a known investigation and you obstruct it, you impede it, or you lie about it. That's precisely what Trump is charged with. And again, back to Biden land, it's the thing that he demonstrably didn't do, and no one on his team did. When the documents actually came up, they immediately played it straight as an arrow. It's an interesting question that I've looked into a little without figuring out completely. How unusual is it that the docs showed up? Because that's the only overlap. So is there something at least weird to explain, or is it kind of par for the course that documents would show up, and that's why you have this whole routine that Biden went with and Trump didn't? We don't know. What we do know is, as the Trump was quick to jump on it, and it's going to be the talking point again and again. The supposed contrast and politicization of the department if they charge Trump for the Mar-a-Lago docs, and of course they won't charge Biden. There's no possible notion of any kind of crime here. But will that be a sort of surface point that we'll hunt? We'll see. But what it really is, this should be the title of this little discussion. It's a talking point for the intellectually dishonest. That's what they're doing. They know that it's completely a complete contrast, and they're pretending otherwise. And as always, there's a sort of ratio between the dishonesty factor and the screaming factor. So as this gets more dishonest, they'll scream louder and louder, and that's coming. It's going to live with us, and it might complicate Merrick Garland's life and Joe Biden's life as they continue to develop the Mar-a-Lago investigation, for which Trump has shown himself so completely deserving of criminal charges. Okay, so there you have it. Couldn't be a bigger difference. Only possible overlap is there are documents here, but nevertheless, you're going to hear this drumbeat again and again and again. That's the story on these documents, and as I say, it won't be ending soon. We'll be back with more reactions to whatever's coming up this week. If you can like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, helps us out a lot, so please think about that. And otherwise, a lot is happening now in this early part of the year, and so I'll be back soon to talk to you about it. Until then, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.